All right, here's the key to the art for target 45, where we are multiplying polynomials. I believe the preferred method most students are using to do the multiplying is to use this box method. So I'm going to take my my first polynomial, 2y squared, 8y, and 5. So I have 3 columns. I'm going to take my second polynomial, y plus negative 8. So I have 2 rows. And you could switch those. You could have the 2 rows be the 2 columns and the 3 columns be the 2 rows. And then you just multiply. 2y squared times y gives you 2y cubed. Remember, you can add the 1 and the 2 to get the exponent of 3 here, or you can think of it as 2 times y times y times y. Likewise, this one's 8y squared, multiplying the 8y to the y, and this one's 5y. Multiplying the 2y squared by the negative 8 gives you negative 16y squared, negative 64y here, and negative 40. Now you're not done. What you have to do next is put plus signs between everything and simplify by combining any like terms. So there's 2y cubed plus, these are like terms, so if I combine them, I get negative 8y squared. These are like terms, so if I combine them, I get plus a negative 59y, and then plus the negative 40. If you'd rather, you could write it with subtraction signs. It's the same thing. So there's your answer. If you don't like the box method, you can use the distributive property. You're just distributing the y back to those 3, distributing the negative 8 to those 3, and combining the like terms. All right, the next one. Don't get caught in the trap of just squaring these two. You want to think of this one as 3x squared minus 4 times itself. So if you'd like, you could make the box again. You've got a 3x squared and a negative 4, 3x squared and a negative 4. So here you get 9x to the 4th. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. Here you get negative 12x squared, negative 12x squared, and a positive 16. So everything combines, 9x to the 4th, the middle 2 terms, negative 12x squared and negative 12x squared make negative 24x squared plus your 16. The shortcut to this one is if you do square this, you get that term. If you square the negative 4, you get that term. But to get the middle term, you'd have to multiply the 3x squared and the negative 4 to get negative 12x squared. And if you double that, that's where that middle term comes from. Number 8, again, you can use a box method. There is a shortcut. I'll explain that at the end. But the box method is tried and true here. It always works. So you get 36v squared, 42v, negative 42v, and negative 49. However, you'll notice these two are opposites, so when we add them together, they cancel. So the answer is simply this, 36v squared minus 49. So the shortcut here is when we have opposite, the same factor, just with 1 plus, 1 minus, you can just multiply the first 2 to get the 36v squared, multiply the last 2 to get the negative 49. Because these two would be from the outer and inner, or excuse me, the outer and the inner. So if you're using the distributive property, the outer and the inner cancel. Knowing those shortcuts might help you in the next target with factoring as well. So number 9 is getting at a context here. A rectangle has a length of x plus 2 and a width of x minus 5. I'm going to draw a picture to help me with this. Length is x plus 2, width is x minus 5. To find the area of a rectangle, you should know that the formula is length times width. So to write a formula for the area, we're going to take our length, x plus 2, times our width, x minus 5. And then what you can do is you can then distribute or make a box for that. So you're going to get x squared, 2x, negative 5x, and negative 10. So this simplifies or condenses to x squared minus 3x minus 10. And then finally, number 10, another application here. I'm going to draw a picture. We have a rectangular garden. Its length is 3 times its width. So if I call its width W, actually it says let x represent the width. So I call its width x. Its length is 3 times it. It is to be expanded so that both sides are increased by 2. So it is now going to be x plus 2 and 3x plus 2. So we want an expression for the area of this. So we do the exact same thing we did before. 3x plus 2 times x plus 2. And you can make the box. You can also just use the distributive property. You're going to get 3x squared plus 6x sorry about that. 3x squared plus 6x plus 2x would combine to the plus 8x plus 4. Again, if you just want to stick with doing the box, you can do that one the same way.